Before the inbox fills with expectations, before the meeting begins, before another application is sent, pause here. Perhaps you are an employee preparing to carry a demanding workload. Perhaps you lead people through decisions that will affect more than your own life. Perhaps you are seeking work, caring for someone whose needs cannot be postponed, or building a business while financial questions remain unanswered. Whatever waits for you, this moment comes first. Because beneath visible responsibility, there is often invisible weight. Racing thoughts, unfinished work, fear of failure, tension from a conflict that has not been resolved, uncertainty about provision, the quiet belief that today must prove your value, your competence, or your right to be trusted. Others may see the tasks you complete. God sees the burden you are carrying into them. So pausing to seek Him is not avoidance. It is not neglecting what must be done. It is an intentional decision about what will govern your heart while you do it. Before deciding how much must be accomplished, decide who will govern the heart that accomplishes it. Will pressure drive your work today? Will personal ambition alone determine what matters and what success means? Or will you undertake your responsibilities in the presence of God, working diligently, thinking carefully, and acting faithfully, without surrendering your peace to performance, conflict, or uncertainty? This is the choice at the threshold, not whether you will care about the work, but what will rule you while you care. Not whether you will make plans, but where those plans will be placed. Not whether you will pursue meaningful effort, but whose presence will give that effort its proper order. Together, we will move through 3 passages of Scripture, bring their wisdom into meetings, deadlines, relationships, decisions, and hidden labor, and then pray for focus, favor, wisdom, and integrity. But first, let us look gently and honestly at the forces within us that can turn responsible effort into anxious striving. What does pressure ask of you? Often, it asks for more than faithful effort. It asks you to treat every result as a verdict. If the work succeeds, you are worthy. If someone disapproves, you are diminished. If the answer is delayed, you have failed. Diligence and anxious striving may appear similar from the outside. Both can produce full schedules and sustained effort, but inwardly, they answer to different masters. Diligence does what is entrusted with care. Striving demands that the outcome secure the heart. You may notice it in the conversation you rehearse, not simply to communicate clearly, but to impress. In the power you give a colleague's opinion, in the resentment that rises when another person receives recognition, in the inability to rest after you have done what was reasonably possible. These responses do not make you hopeless or false. They may simply reveal that approval has begun carrying weight it was never meant to hold. Control carries another burden. It tries to manage the decision and every consequence, your actions and everyone else's reactions, your preparation and the timing of the result. But no human being can faithfully carry all of that. When control becomes your security, uncertainty feels unbearable because anything outside your reach appears to threaten your peace. Even distraction may deserve gentler attention. Sometimes procrastination is carelessness. Sometimes it conceals overwhelm, fear of imperfection, or reluctance to begin something that may expose your limits. Do not excuse it, but do not condemn yourself before asking what it is protecting you from. Conflict exposes these hidden allegiances quickly. The desire to be right can silence wisdom. The desire to be liked can weaken honesty. The desire to be vindicated can nourish bitterness. The desire to be left alone can keep you from a necessary conversation. In each case, integrity is quietly displaced by the demand to feel secure. This recognition is not an invitation to shame. It is an invitation to freedom. You can bring the need for success, approval, and control honestly before God. You can name what has been ruling you without abandoning the work entrusted to you. Freedom begins when diligence remains, but these hidden masters lose authority over your identity. And that leads us to the first scriptural movement, opening our hands around our plans, committing the work to God, and learning how faithful action continues when control is released. Proverbs 16:3 gives us the first governing practice. Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established. Before anxiety begins negotiating for certainty, entrust the work to God. Before the preferred result becomes a demand, place the plan under his authority. To commit is not to become passive. It is not to stop preparing, thinking, or acting, and it is not a promise that every plan will unfold exactly as you imagined. Commitment changes the ownership of the work and the posture of the worker. You are no longer asking personal control to secure what only God can hold. You are saying, "This responsibility has been given to me, but it does not belong to me apart from you." Bring him the calendar and the task list. Bring him the meeting agenda, the application awaiting completion, the care responsibility that will require patience, and the decision that remains unresolved. Name them plainly, not as vague concerns, but as the actual work before you today. Then ask, what is mine to do faithfully? Perhaps it is yours to prepare carefully, communicate clearly, or ask for help before the burden becomes unmanageable. Perhaps it is yours to correct an oversight, gather what you know, or begin the task you have been avoiding. These actions remain your responsibility, but how another person responds, whether an opportunity opens, and when the result becomes visible, are not yours to command. This boundary does not weaken diligence, it purifies it. When a decision must be made, commitment invites honest motives rather than hurried self-protection. It considers the available facts without pretending to know everything. It receives wise counsel without surrendering discernment, and it remains willing to be redirected, because a surrendered plan does not have to defend itself at any cost. Let this become a rhythm throughout the day. Commit the task, take the next faithful step, release the result, commit, act, release, return to it when pressure rises, when plans change, and when uncertainty tries to reclaim authority. Your peace does not have to wait for proof that the plan succeeded. You can work seriously without making control your refuge. And once the work has been entrusted to God, a deeper question emerges. What does it mean to ask His favor to establish the work of our hands? Psalm 90-17 gives language for that deeper request. May the favor of the Lord our God rest on us. Establish the work of our hands for us, yes. Establish the work of our hands. This is a bold prayer, but it is not a demand that God approve every ambition or preserve every plan exactly as we designed it. It asks Him to give human effort faithful meaning, lasting usefulness, and its proper place within His purposes. Favor, then, must not be reduced to promotion, profit, an effortless schedule, or the praise of everyone around you. It does not mean you will never be corrected, opposed, delayed, or disappointed. Sometimes favor may include an open opportunity. Sometimes it may appear as wisdom to recognize that an opportunity should be refused. Sometimes it is strength to continue. Sometimes it is humility to change direction. Not applause, not comfort at any cost, but grace upon the work entrusted to you. This prayer belongs in places of visible responsibility and in places few people notice. A leader may ask God to establish decisions that protect and serve others. An employee may ask Him to make routine duties accurate, useful, and honorable. A person seeking work may offer each unanswered application without allowing silence to define the worth of the effort. An entrepreneur may bring both courage and risk under God's wisdom. A caregiver may ask that repeated acts within the home become expressions of patient love, and the one serving without recognition may trust that hidden faithfulness is still seen by God. Ask Him to establish what is honest, even when dishonesty would seem faster. Ask Him to establish what is loving, even when impatience feels easier. Ask Him to establish what is useful, even when ego would prefer something impressive. Let today's labor participate in purposes larger than reputation. Some faithful work will remain unfinished at the end of the day. Some contributions will be overlooked. Some results will take longer than you hoped, and some may never become visible in the form you expected. Do not call the effort worthless merely because it was not celebrated. Offer it to God, receive correction where it is needed, and trust Him with its reach. With favor rightly understood, the next question is not only what God may establish through our work, but who we are becoming while we do it, especially when nobody is watching. That question leads us to Colossians 3:23. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters. This does not make people irrelevant. It puts their judgment in its proper place. Your supervisor may review the work. A client may accept or reject it. Others may praise, question, or overlook your contribution, but none of them is the deepest audience of your life. Wholeheartedness is not perfectionism. It is not frantic labor, constant availability, or the sacrifice of health, honesty, and necessary rest to satisfy every demand. God-directed effort does not require you to pretend that your limits do not exist. It asks you to be fully truthful and faithfully present within those limits. Integrity is often revealed in decisions that seem too small to attract attention. Tell the truth about what has been completed and what has not. Resist the shortcut that conceals poor work. Give credit instead of quietly taking it. Honor appropriate commitments. When you make a mistake, acknowledge it promptly, rather than spending your energy protecting an image. These choices may never be applauded, but they shape the person you bring before God. The same integrity must enter conflict. When a colleague becomes difficult, wholehearted service does not mean becoming passive or allowing harmful behavior to continue unchecked. It means refusing gossip when resentment wants an audience. It means listening before reacting, speaking truth without cruelty, and setting clear boundaries without contempt. Restraint and courage belong together. Peace is not preserved by avoiding every tension, but by refusing to let tension decide who you will become. When God is your deepest audience, you no longer need to alternate between impressive effort when observed and bitter withdrawal when ignored. You can remain steady under praise and steady without it. You can receive criticism without allowing it to define you, and recognition without allowing it to possess you. Offer excellence faithfully, but do not ask excellence to establish your worth. Your value reaches deeper than an evaluation, a metric, a sale, an interview, or a delayed response. Integrity means bringing God the same truthful, wholehearted person in visible success, private effort, relational strain, and obscurity. Now these three passages can travel together. Commit the work, ask God to establish what is faithful, and serve wholeheartedly. Let us carry that pattern into the actual moments awaiting you today. Begin with the meeting. Commit it to God before you enter. Prepare what truly matters. Listen with enough attention to understand, not merely to plan your reply. Speak clearly and truthfully, without turning the room into a place where you must prove yourself. Then release the response, the impression you made, and the need to direct every voice toward your preferred conclusion. When a deadline presses, do not let urgency erase integrity. Identify the next honest priority and give it focused attention. If the work is at risk, communicate early. If help is appropriate, request it without shame. Refuse the panic that scatters your energy, and refuse the shortcut that hides what is incomplete. Faithfulness may look less dramatic than frantic effort, but it is far more dependable. When a difficult person brings tension into the day, pause before answering. Ask what this moment requires. Patience. A clarifying question. Direct truth. Forgiveness. A firm boundary. You do not need to choose between kindness and courage. Respond with the measure of each that wisdom requires, and surrender the demand to be vindicated immediately. When a decision carries uncertainty, bring both your motives and the available facts into the light. Seek counsel from those who can speak wisely. Consider who may be affected, especially those whose voices are easily overlooked. Then choose the wisest action available to you now. You are responsible for honest discernment, not for knowing what has not yet been revealed. Entrust the unknown to God. And when the work is meaningful, but largely unseen, honor it. The application completed carefully, the care given again, the preparation, maintenance, and learning that make future service possible. The ethical leadership that protects others without drawing attention to itself. The repeated act of service that receives no quick acknowledgement. Visibility does not determine whether effort can be consecrated. In every moment, return to this inward prayer. I commit this work to God. I will do the next right thing wholeheartedly. I ask God to establish what is good. I release the result. Focus will not always be sustained without interruption. Your attention may wander. A new demand may break your concentration. When it does, return without condemning yourself. Faithful attention is often renewed many times. Consecrated work is practiced one meeting, one decision, one conversation, and one returned attention at a time. Now choose one real burden before you, the task, the person, the decision, or the fear that most needs surrender. Hold it honestly in your awareness. We are about to place it before God. Where it is safe for you, loosen your shoulders, unclench your jaw, let your hands rest, and allow your breathing to slow. You do not have to create a perfect moment or force yourself to feel peaceful. This pause is not another task to perform. It is simply permission to become still before God. Bring the burden you chose into this stillness. Name it plainly: the pressing task, the approaching deadline, the difficult person, the uncertain decision, or the unanswered opportunity. Then notice what you are carrying with it: fear, fatigue, resentment, confusion, ambition, the desire to be approved. You do not need to hide any of it. Peace begins when the real burden is brought honestly into God's presence instead of carried in secrecy. If it is comfortable, turn your hands upward as a sign of willingness. Offer God both the effort that belongs to you and the outcome that does not. The day does not have to be solved before it can be surrendered. Now let us pray together. Do not merely listen to the words. Make them your own. Let this burden enter the prayer, and let the prayer become your voice. God, you are holy, and you are near. Thank you for receiving me before I achieve anything, before I resolve what is unfinished, before anyone approves of what I do. You are present in ordinary responsibilities, quiet service, difficult choices, and labor no one else notices. I confess that pressure has occupied places in my heart that belong to you. Fear has hurried me. Approval has shaped my motives. Comparison has diminished gratitude. Resentment has followed me into relationships. Distraction has carried me away from what matters, and control has demanded certainty I cannot possess. Forgive me. Order my heart before I ask you to order my schedule. I commit this day to you, my plans and meetings, my deadlines and applications, my caregiving duties and leadership responsibilities, my business choices and unfinished work. What I have named before you, I now place under your authority. Show me what faithfulness requires, and help me begin there. Give me focus. Help me recognize the next faithful task without being ruled by every urgent voice. When my attention wanders, teach me to return without condemnation. Keep me present to the work, the person, and the responsibility entrusted to me now. Give me wisdom in my words and in my silence, in my timing and priorities, in the boundaries I set and the correction I offer or receive. Where outcomes cannot be fully predicted, make my motives honest, my judgment humble, and my steps courageous. Let your favor rest upon me not as a promise of ease, status, praise, or profit, but as your gracious presence upon faithful effort. Establish what is honest, useful, loving, and aligned with what is good. Redirect what should not continue. Strengthen what should endure. Give meaning to work whose reach I may never see. Give me integrity when no one is watching. Give me courage to admit mistakes, humility to receive correction, restraint when conflict awakens anger, and freedom from every shortcut that depends upon concealment. Make me the same truthful person in recognition and obscurity, in confidence and uncertainty. I release other people's reactions. I release delayed answers, recognition, promotion, profit, timing, and every result beyond faithful control. These are not mine to command. I will prepare, listen, act, and remain open to your direction. Then I will entrust the outcome to you. Today, I am willing to work wholeheartedly. Let my diligence flow from allegiance, not anxiety. My performance is not my identity, and achievement is not the measure of my worth. I belong to you. From that security, help me commit, act, and release. Amen. And now, may God strengthen every employee carrying heavy expectations, every leader making choices that affect others, every job seeker waiting for an answer, every caregiver whose work remains unseen, and every entrepreneur holding risk and responsibility. May each one receive wisdom for what is theirs to do, and peace for what is not theirs to control. May he be near to those entering conflict, fearing a deadline, recovering from a mistake, enduring an unhealthy situation, or wondering whether their effort matters. May He provide courage for necessary truth, humility for correction, discernment for wise boundaries, endurance for the next step, and companions who will not let them carry the burden alone. The day may contain pressure. It may require purposeful, demanding effort, but neither pressure nor purpose must take the place that belongs to God. His presence can govern your heart, while your hands remain diligent. You can care deeply without being controlled by the result. Carry this declaration with you. I commit my work to God today. I will act with focus, favor-seeking humility, and integrity, then release the result. If you wish to join this community in prayer, name one work burden or prayer need. Then pause beside someone else's need and offer a brief, sincere prayer for them. Let no one stand alone beneath what they carry. Now go forward in peace. Work wholeheartedly. Choose wisely. Speak truthfully. Take the next responsible step with quiet courage. Commit what is before you. Ask God to establish the good, act with integrity, and leave the outcome in His faithful care.